alpha within this current patch. It's a little bit like Argus, like the playstyle that they want to have, but a little bit faster in terms of, you know, stats and their current positioning.
5 seconds.
Here we are into game 2. Mpl Mas Sg starting on the blue side, fighting for the tournament live. Mystic Burden on the red side, looking to close out the series and move along in the loser bracket.
See, the turtle will spawn at the top side of the map. Aᴇᴛ going in with the 2-1-2 strat pocket, and even though the Hellcat is around the jungle area to get the buff, but then he's going to stay like that for the time being. The rest of the members of Mpl Mas Sg is hovering around in their own areas. Most likely also another 2-1-2 strat.
I like the proxy coming here by Mystic Burden. We're going to see Royal ZY here on that landslot will be coming and dissuading them for it, but the damage is already done. We saw that, you know, the first wave crashed into the tower, forcing them to be out there.
And I believe that if they want to do the proxy lanes, they have the better advantage because they have a very tanky setup. Oh my goodness! Look at the Diggy in a close slither of death. And he will survive and will teleport back to the base. You can see that Lu CZ with the high loss, and of course KYZ, the marksman of Mpl Mas Sg, using the Irritel as well to put some pressure in the Aᴇᴛ lane. Royal Z with Luja, the assassins in the mid lane will battle it out, hopefully to catch somebody off guard and getting the first blood in the attention.
We have 25 seconds left before turtle spawns. We saw in the previous game, Luv had prioritized quite heavily over it. Here we're going to see Alpha getting the goal buff that's there. That's a right target to have it on. Ashi makes himself up makes himself known in the bottom lane, so they know where Natalia is. And back up top, it looks like they're trying to go in for the next bit. After all, Turner is there and will be up in the next 1 second.
You know what's the fun part? Like, if you're Natalia there, it keeps you guessing, like, he has the position revealed, but
where within the circle, yeah.
Yes, that's why it's like very hard. It's like a guessing game. And it's not easy because you kind of figure out where he's going to attack, and that's where Natalia comes in as like the mobility drone. He's the man.
Mobility drone, I love the KBC. What an apt way of describing it. Because see, back up top here, there's going to be engaged out here. KZ might be taken down. Kagura does not quite have the damage to finish it off, but Skyway is there with Diggy to slow things out. Back in the mid lane, we're going to see that Royal ZY here, perhaps almost being caught out there by Natalia. Sorry, by Karina. And they have started off Turtle already.
Sorry, the Lord kill. Turtle kill. My bad.
The Turtle kill. Skyway here does get silenced now, but Ashi does receive lots of damage. It will dissuade them from coming in. Back down here to the last bit already. Will it be stolen away? No, it does not. Good attempt. Does pay for it with his life. No, does manage to escape. The great escape is going there. He will be able to move away from this. CZ will be there to be protecting him. Good scouting to make sure that he is not being spotted out and isolated.
This time around, Mpl Mas Sg knows that there's a backup plan. If they did not steal the turtle, they will move away. The Lancelot, like you said, the great escape, dodging everywhere, and even though that Natalia Ashi wants to like wait for it or go for him, just be careless, he just hits right to the turret and just teleports away.
We also see that right here, even though it's 0-0, there is still a 1,300 goal lead for Mystic Burden. This is because they have been in lane more often and clearing it up. And what you're seeing out here is that right now in the bottom lane, for instance, nobody is there. But we are going to find Royal ZY does get caught out here, will be the victim to the first blood. That is Lancelot being removed, and that is unfortunately troubling news for them.
And we talk about how Mpl Mas Sg plays this in terms of getting teamfights, getting out of their lanes, but they're not getting enough farm, full XP is not in their hands, and they don't control or secure lane.
That's why they have a 2,000 goal lead now already, and starting to build this lead even further up ahead with the first tower going down in that bottom lane. If they can stop Lancelot from dealing damage, which is exactly what they're doing next, this will be the end of it. One last hit. Will it happen? Yes, it will come through. Helkin gets it. Ashi will move away and Alpha unfortunately will not be able to chase it out. It looks like the bait is successful.
No.
The silence does go out. Unfortunately, the blade does not quite hit. Hango's coming in, pushing him out. Really beautifully done. Executed as a team. And Lancelot is deleted off the map. Once again, the bottom lane turret will go down. And back up top, it's only the first turret. Nernas will try his very best to defend it. But it will not be enough. The Juke will not save him. And CZ gets the kill on that.
Mpl, we saw him coming in. And he's not going to take down CZ now because we all know that High Loss is one of the Supreme tanks. He has a lot of HP, especially with the mana pool that he has in him. But here's the thing now. Mystic Burden won that team fight. They got the turret even though Kagura is down for a few seconds. And look at the whole team going in with early objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching this, the early objectives of the total kills does matter. And Karina killing off already, giving the assassins of Mystic Burden that goal advantage. And it's fun to see how Mystic Burden follow up with MYA's tree setup with the 3 assassins, and it turns out they actually work pretty well compared to Mysterious Assassin's trees lineup in terms of the assassin's role.
Well, it's simply because the assassins are being allowed to, dominate across the map. They are also individually all getting kills. And that's what's really helping out. See, Natalia, Karina are both getting kills. Kagura is the only one a little bit further behind, but we also see that Hellcat, each of them, 1 kill each.
Nice.
However, if one starts pulling ahead, that's when we're going to start to see the deficit coming through. Alpha is unfortunately locked up away, and we have more than enough damage to be ending this with 3 members there. A 3v1 is not a fair fight. Ashi here might go down in the end, but still will be able to be saved. The smoke screen will buy some time, but will the juke will be enough? Ashi does not find it. We're going to see Irrital with the move attack command be able to remove it out. Loof here now will get constellation prizes, which is the bottom turret, to start equalizing the goal, but that's still a 4,000 bridge that he needs to cross.
It was a good fight actually, taking down 1 turret, 2 enemy heroes while losing 1 for your own, but again, still a very similar gap. They have to close this down and perhaps to catch MTB off guard. Mystic Burden, if they are a bit confident, they will go inside their lanes and stuff, and you will have to punish them.
Kuja did play Cyclops before this, and it looks like you're going to find in the next one there. Kuja this time around still deathless, 1, 0, and 2, hoping to still ride the wave in the end. Back up top, it looks like they're waiting for the fight. Hellcat has turned on its ultimate. The night vision. Skyway will be bursted down. Wow, that was a quick aggression. At the same time here, Nernas getting another kill. CZ now being pushed against the wall. The rest of the team is coming up there. But will it be enough? A 3v1. The flicker across the wall will be good enough to save him for now. But at the same time, it looks like Lancelot is waiting just by Lord. Lancelot does get spotted out, silenced, and instantly deleted.
And this is bad because Mpl SG has lost their assassin, their damage output hero, and now Mystic Burden will go in for the Lord. I think there is no contestants for this Lord here, and Mystic Burden will continue their dominance. Both Alpha and Irrital might have to fall back because this is going to be deadly. Look at that. It's a murder going on in Mystic Burden's house because
it's not just a murder. This is like a massacre.
Somebody's going to call 911 right now, Sudo. Can you go and call?
Yes, I will go and call 911. We need to call emergency services. We need to call the hospital because people, the bodies are strewn. And this is just, it's unfortunately going out of the hands of Mpl SG. Mystic Burden really showing how they're outclassing them and why they were so deserving of having the highest spot within the earlier playoffs.
And like I said, Ashi being one of the mobility drones, just scanning around places, making it so hard to catch off guard by Mpl SG's heroes. And it feels like he's the most annoying character to deal with. But you're not forgetting Karina, you're not forgetting Kagura, you're not forgetting Hellcat, all damage output, bursting and killing off.
It's just layers of damage. It's an onion, really, it's an onion. It makes you cry. It makes you cry. Each lane you peel forward, you go like, I'm almost reaching the core of the team. I think I can do it, but you're just crying there in tears at the end of it because you realize the deeper you go, the more painful it becomes. Right now, on that final tier 3 towers, Lord is left up there, but will he be able to mount up the defense?
Natalia in the middle of the turret right now. Both.
We're going to see Hummus jumps in, does get stunned out, will get pulled back as well. Good defense being placed out here, but the tower damage has already been done. Lord does get taken down. Mid and top falls. Now in the bottom, Karina and Natalia will be doing it. Luke as she will not be able to stop this onslaught, unfortunately. And the final nail into the coffin does get put. Base is completely obliterated. Nuclear warfare has come across. None of the buildings are surviving.
If you notice, there's only like a 1 minute gap for all 3 turrets to be taken down.
And it's a 10,000 goal lead. The 3 towers just really solidified it all. It's not really about kills, 8-4 this time around. But still, that 10,000 goal lead is massive. Looking at the items very quickly.
It looks like that Mpl Mas Sg can't even build most of their core items, even though Mpl does have
I'm confused.
critical from that.
3 people build armor boots when there's a Kagura Hellcat
With magic, right?
that are doing so well, and Karina is there as well.
It's going to be tough here. In terms of paper, or what we are seeing right now, the defenses are no longer there already, and it's going to be tough. My goodness, looking at that, the massacre comes in. Mpl Mas Sg, unfortunately, they are in the very brink.
We're going to see here the Pamela in the end. Skywing will be the one to be taken down, and that will be it. Here we're going to see MCB take it away, and they will be the ones to move on in the loser bracket, hoping for a chance to reach that and into that finals and take their revenge on who might be the winner. For us, my word.
Another 2-0, man. What is this? Like, why is this 2-0 thing happening? We opened up a best of 3 so that we see 3 games.
Well, this is just dominating play, and I want to make a shout out here. Aziman bin SPT, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, saying awesome play, Mystic Burden. Really good job done there. And I want to talk about this. Kuja on both games did not die. 507 on that Karina.
Keeping that KDA up, huh?
And in the earlier game as well, 909.
You know, 2 things that are notable for me on the Mystic Burden side. One is Ashi was a lot more prominent in this match compared to the other one.
He was more involved in both split pushing and team fights
team fights. Not to say like I just care about the kills, but he was more. You would see more of Ashi.
And one more thing, the mobility he was giving to his team, a lot of information, map control. It was so hard to catch him off guard.
I definitely agree with that. One more notable thing that I wanted to say is the fact that Mystic Burden's positioning was on point, and also the fact that the versatility, like these guys remind me of Asia Saiyan, and the thing is, Mystic Burden has a few former Saiyan players.
Well, they do have a few former Saiyan members. I also think they did their research right. They knew what to be expected. They knew the sort of rotations that were getting done.
Right.
And I think when you do your research and you know the team that's going out there, it becomes easier. You can be more confident in the plays that you're making.
That's right. And the reason I even mentioned what I mentioned is because this time Hangus was playing the Akai.
Hangus.
I don't know why I keep on Hangus was playing the Akai, and the thing is, if you look at the highlights, like all of them they're so versatile. They can play different kind of heroes, and that really gives them a better chance at drafting out.
Well, talking about Hangus playing Akai, it was 117.
117. Lots of assists over there. I want to pose that question again. Who was the best tank from Mystic Burden?
Well, in this guy, there's only one tank. So
no. In all the games that they've played so far,
I still prefer the Grok because the Grok.
I mean, as a player, Nenas, Zone.
Oh,
I think it's really hard. Whoever uses Akai.
Whoever goes Akai. Or Grok to me. Yeah.
Right.
Productive tank inside here, and it's really has been proving out for their team. And noticing that all 3 turrets fall at least the same time, it feels like it's an early checkmate. You know, Mpl Mas Sg couldn't do much because once you lose all your turrets, you have to leave at least one member to protect it, and you must be a high damaging output hero because you have to kill off the super minions, and the rest of them, if you want to fight a team fight, it's going to be very hard. And yeah, too bad, so sad.
That is correct. That is correct. Now, Pseudo, we have another match coming up after this, but before we jump into that, I want to ask you, is there anything interesting collecting both of the stats from both of these games regarding the gold, the KDA? Is there anything that you have summed up that you want to tell us?
Well, in this game, it was a quicker game. It was only 11 minutes and 19 seconds, so they did manage to close it out, that much quicker, which, goes to show them standing out. Also, given that it was quicker, it also was a larger goal difference, right? It was 13,000 this time around.
Alright.
Okay.
So the productiveness in terms of gold farming is on point. They bought kills.
Yes, they also did manage to get sure all the towers were taken, and that added to it. The last time around, not all 3 of the base turrets were removed.
Yep. And one thing, let's go back to Mpl SG here for a second. You guys mentioned that the armor boots were a bit off. 3 armor boots, if I'm not mistaken.
3 armor boots, that's right.
So why did they go with this? Even though they know that the mage are pretty strong, the Kagura, you guys mentioned this. Why would they go with the armor boots?
Instinct.
It's set up already for one
yeah, it could already be set up. The other aspect is they might want to have gotten to deal with it really early game before they reach that point.
Correct.
There's also questions that can be asked about that. Right. The thing is, the team was also split up in terms of magic and physical damage.
Yes.
But for 3 people to go for it, it might have been a slight oversight. So maybe not quite discussing with people.
At least 1 or 2, perhaps.
Yeah,
I feel,
the other 2 were going for their specialty boots like damage and things of that sort.
Yep.
But 3 went for defensive boots, and all 3 defensive were armor-based.
Nonetheless, gentlemen, I feel like I have to give a shout out to Mpl SG. They have made it to the top 8 already. So whoever's out there, give them a round of applause for our Singaporean teams. Mpl SG, they have come a long way. Unfortunately, their journey has to come to an end. And to those who are supporting Mystic Burden, they are still in the playing.
That's right.
And they still require your support to be moving forward.
Yes. They are going to be moving on. We have yet to see who they will be fighting against. Yeah, that's going to be the interesting part. And as for now, let's talk about what we know. Next up, we're going to have MYA3 going up against Team XD. Wow. Now, this is an interesting one.
I think this one might go to 3 games. Like
I believe so.
You were asking about
at least 1 point. At least, each team has 1 point.
That's right. Yeah, I definitely think they're going to go to 3 games. MYA3 managed to lose against IDNS SG yesterday, 2-0, and Team XD to the Tyrants. Now, I have to say, from what I remember, Team XD lost a little bit harder. Specifically in the first game, because Tyrants were so crazy. Now, what can we expect? Do you think that the strength of MYA3 and Team XD are quite at the same level from the games yesterday?
Well, based on standings earlier on, XD was a little bit better. MYA has not won their last 9 games.
In the regular season, not so great.
Yeah, so it's the last 9 games, so hoping to break their win streak. So if you didn't going based on that, it looks like it's going to be an XD. XD as well is the other team that has been, a little bit more consistent.
Right.
And suspected to win, so we'll have to find out, can there be an upset? Because unfortunately MYA is a little bit of the underdog in the situation.
It's a bit sad that if MYA3 has been doing so well just because of a losing streak, a losing slump, had to end their journey. It feels bad.
It does.
It feels bad, man.
It leaves a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth.
But I mean, that happens in every single tournament.
It has to happen, right? 4 teams need to get eliminated today.
Yeah, kind of.
There is no light without darkness.
Oh,
wow.
See? Wise man over here. Now, before we go for a very short break, in which after we're going to have MY3 go up against Team XC, KBC, why don't you tell us about the activities we have here down in Wanutama?
We have the photo booth out there, which is the loading screen. You guys can do your poses, but like that.
Use the hashtag Mpl MYSG.
Twin skins.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We have the honor booth as well. They're having promotions. Of course, your legend sponsor, Honor View 10, ding ding ding. And of course, the rest of our game booths, we have the Harley Minotaur and Clint, you can test out your skills from there, and you can win yourself a lucky speed trial.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a wheel that you can spin it out there. There's also, you know, there's Daniele, there's Pinder, there's Faraz, there's us, the English
Faraz.
casters.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yes, there's Faraz. There's also the Malay casters that you can come down and visit.
Yeah, there is. Right now, I think Adam and Ikuto are on. By the way, I just wanted to mention, if you guys do want to hear us in Malay, you can switch the region to Malay and listen to Adam and Ikuto. At the moment, Lin will be joining them as well later on towards the day. Lin, stop waving at me.
Well, we will have to go for a quick break, but when we come back, it is going to be a lot more action. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back here at Wanutama.
Satu serangan cross counter dilakukan oleh SS Penawai. Sekali lagi tersandung di belakang. Sekian Mpl Mas Sg. Sebelum kira sudah
Bum, bum, bum. We're back, baby, to Mobile Legends Professional League. This is going to be our second match of the day. You got to stop playing that instrument. Stop it, Kate, please.
Yep.
Control.
Put it there.
Yes.
Now, KBC, calm down.
I'm hype.
Calm down.
Yep.
Who do we have over there?
Oh, hey. I thought it's Sudo.
No. Sudo's moved out. Sudo is a little bit tired. He wants to rest a little bit. We have Peach up here. Peach, we just had our first match of the day, another 2-0. What were your thoughts on that match?
I think that was quite insane, you know. Mystic Burden live up to my expectations. They're just like mind-blowing, especially that Akai play.
Yep.
Just
Which one? The one with the Zorn, the first game, or the second game?
Second game.
Second game,
I
okay.
think both games were really impressive, but I particularly like the second one better.
Right, okay. I understand. I would understand why. Now, did you expect that 2-0? Were you expecting like at least a third game out of that one?
I was expecting a third game actually. Yeah, I was expecting maybe like a 2-1, but we could see, I could see that Loof really tried their best, you know, they gave it all. But unfortunately, they did fall into the hands of Mystic Burden.
That's right. KBC, do you have any conclusion before we move on to our second match tonight?
I think Loof SG, if they are still sticking as a team, the core team, I think they should can improve in the future, come back stronger and better, and prove to us that hey, they're still one of the top teams in Singapore and Malaysia region.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, like you mentioned, Loof SG is going to be out for now, and we have to say goodbye to them. It's been a long journey for all of us. But let's move on to our second match. It's going to be MYA3 going up against Team XD. Since you're hyped, let's see if the crowd is hyped. How about each one of you take a team? You'll be Team XD, you'll be MYA3. Let's see which one of you can hype up the crowd more.
Ladies.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Do we have anyone here for Team MYA3?
Okay.
All right,
KBC. Everyone here, give it up for Team XD!
That's the way.
I like the play with the voice and everything. We have Sudo here. Sudo, who do you support?
Hi, Sudo.
Okay.
Both? Okay. Sudo support both? Okay.
No, that's because his numbers are all over here, you see.
Yeah, he doesn't have his stats, so he can't tell for sure what team he supports. But this is going to be very important because after this, we're going to be moving on to the upper bracket matches that we have. Just to remind you guys, it's going to be Asia Saiyan and MYA, and the other match is going to be IDNS SG and Tyrants. Now, MYA3, Team XD, what are your thoughts before we get in there? Is there any side that you favor? We have the brackets again here. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit. So definitely from the previous match, Mystic Burden does move on in the lower brackets. So we have to wait and see the upper brackets. Whoever loses will come down here. Now, we're going to focus on this match right now. Team XD, MYA3. What are your thoughts?
I feel like Team XD has the better advantage. Like, even though they lose games, but they still win them in some occasions. Team MYA3, they really need to step up that losing slump. They have to forget whatever they take. Okay, I wouldn't say forget everything. Take back the lessons that they could have improved onto, and perhaps give it all their all right here. Because if they were to lose these two series, or this series itself, they're out of the game. Yeah, they're out of the elimination.
Now, based on the regular season, they both played 18 games, right?
Yeah.
Team XD was just higher by 1 rank at 7 points compared to Mysterious Assassins 3 that was 6 points. What do you think about this matchup?
I think they are quite on par, so I'm hoping for a 2-1 score this time around, but I'm not taking any sides because I think they are quite close, and it's kind of difficult to predict. And I'm sure from the game yesterday, MYA3, the big brothers, you know, MYA, most probably have already guided them, you know, taught them what are the strategies, you know, what are things that you can do better, right? So hopefully today we'll be able to see a better game, a better performance from MYA3.
Right. Now, is there any notable person, any MVPs that you are looking out for from your mind into MY3 or Team X? Is there anyone that you're looking out for? I mean, you love to watch the Tyrants, I know about that. But let's forget about the Tyrants for a little bit over here. Let's focus on XD and MY3.
So for Team XD,
Yep.
come to Papa.
Okay, come to Papa.
For
Okay.
Team MYA3, Easy Tanker.
Easy Tanker. Okay, what about you, Peach?
I'm going for what's the name again? Lapu. Was it Lapu?
Labu?
Yeah.
Labu. I have to mention Unta will be replacing
Unta,
him.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a small video that we want to show you guys. Let's take a look at that. When we're back, we'll talk in more detail.
Masa game first dengan ADNS tadi, kami agak terkejut lah dengan cara diorang. Kita punya draft semua dah stable, dah test malam and semuanya okey. Then masa first blood tu tak ada spike or lag blood tu. Pertengahan tu Johet dia jalan ketawa terus sebab dia lag. Setiap match, setiap team yang main kat situ akan lag. Dia datang, dia kill kita semua terus, triple kill. Cannot do anything. Terus GG lah. Jadi kita expect banyak untuk esok. Kalau lag atau spike terpaksa lah terima.
Well, there you have it. That is Team XD and MYA3 for you guys. Let's hear the crowd. Oh yeah. So if you guys watch that interview, it is definitely sad that the technical issues happened, but the sportsmanship that these guys accept that fact that it's part of the game, and going stronger, hoping to win this matchup. Another best of 3 coming in. KBC, talk to me.
I feel like I can still feel the passion. They want to win. And judging from
Of course, I mean, what else do you want to do here, man?
Yeah, they still want to win. They want to fight for it. They want to fight for the glory and, of course, a better placing in this tournament itself. But again, there will only be one winner, one loser, and they have to fight it all out this round.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a losing thing. It's more of if you win or you learn. We all learn from our mistakes. So hopefully they both learn from yesterday's game, and we can expect a bloodbath this time around.
Bloodbath? I mean, everyone would love a bloodbath down here. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone watching live right now as well, you would love some bloodbath. If you want to see it live, come down to One Utama right now in the One Utama Malaysia shopping mall. We are here. There's a lot of people actually on the first floor, second floor. They're also watching the game, and it's great to see different ages. Different ages of people. Everyone's loving what's going on here in the venue. Peach, how was your experience so far with Mpl?
I think it's quite insane. I mean, I'm seeing people, kids to teenagers to young adults, and even, in a whole family, basically, and they're all like into the game.
Yep.
So I think it's just really nice to see that everyone is together.
Definitely. KBC?
I think it's great. I made a lot of friends. I'm the most least popular.
Am I part of that? Am I part of the circle of your friends?
Technically, we know each other before because you're my junior, but yeah, it's kind of fun. And because the rest of you out there, especially the fans and the followers out there for the Mobile Legends, it's really, really big. It's tremendous in my opinion, and just continue to support us in this community and the game itself.
Definitely. Now, okay, let's talk more detail about the game. I have in front of me MY3's picks and bans from yesterday, going up against IDNS SG. They did ban out Grok twice. Now, I want to know, is that because of IDNS SG in particular, or do you think we'll see that ban again this time around, going up against XD?
I think it was just particularly for IDNS SG. They are quite well known for the Grok play.
Right.
So when it comes to ban, you kind of want to have, I think what you would call it, a respect ban.
Yeah, and the meta bans, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I don't think, a Grok ban is possible. You gotta figure out, which is more important, which do you have to prioritize. You want to remove heroes that actually makes a lot of disturbance for you.
And we have Team XD right here. So Peach, why don't you tell us a little bit about the lineup?
Here we have Izanagi, Bob, Neo, Papa, Labu, and Unta from Team XD.
That's right, and we did mention before that Unta will be replacing Labu and playing here today. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, I saw a lot of people in the comments yesterday asking where Unta is. Well, there you go. You're going to see him today.
Well, you asked for it, and here he is.
Yes, here he is. And I actually want to ask you guys, why were people asking for Unta so much? What is so special about his game?
Well, his Lapu Lapu is pretty insane. You gotta
okay.
watch. You gotta watch.
Okay, so is that...
You
is
better
that
watch out. You better not cry.
Can we
Lapu
see
Lapu's coming.
why?
Okay,
Why?
never mind. Yeah.
Why?
I'm
Why
just saying,
is it?
I just like to hype things up a bit.
No, it's all good, man. What do you think about Unta over there? Do you think we're gonna see a respect ban of Lapu Lapu?
Perhaps, you know,
Is it
our
possible?
respects we ban, and it's going to be fun to see how if they were not to ban Lapu Lapu or get Lapu Lapu inside their hero composition. And we can see that Izanagi is still the key player for Team XD, 3.5 KDA in the regular season, both fighter and tank roles. I feel like Izanagi, in terms of being the main tank for the team, he is quite essential despite having a very, very low KDA compared to the rest of the tanks in their respective teams in this league. And Peach, you were talking about that Lapu Lapu from there. Maybe we can clarify more, like why do we have to watch him out? To the viewers especially,
Well,
his playstyle.
in a lot of games that we've watched, right, Unta actually managed to perform even though he was under so much pressure. You know, he was being aimed a lot. He is basically the first person you want to take out in a team fight. But then again, he was still able to perform. But here we have Mysterious Assassin 3, which is Nina, Padel, East Tanker, Jeremy, Ashley, and Shakeen.
And you guys mentioned that you are looking out for East Tanker. What is the reason? What's so special about East Tanker?
Tank is life.
Tank is life.
Tank is life. Well, technically Tank is life. He absorbs all
course.
the damage, you know, protect teammates from getting killed off instantly, and being the first person to absorb the damage, being in the frontier seat, that's where is the most important thing. And most tanks, they are most likely the play call, the shot callers, because they have to initiate the fight, and everyone from behind will follow up in terms of team engagements.
Now, I pointed out something interesting from the bans yesterday. Both of these teams, Teams XD and also Mysterious Assassin 3, have banned Mortis, Grok, and Angela in their games. Both of them. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see similar kind of bans. But as for now, we have the Q player coming up. Peach, as it comes up, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you think about Jeremy?
Jeremy, regular season KDA 3.2. He is quite, I think, playing as one of the, I would say, carry, you know, as a fighter, as a marksman.
Correct.
It is very important. Then again, you know, I think it sort of says a lot that your team is actually, they got your back.
Yes.
You know, especially in team fights. Fighters, I mean, we all know that fighters, most of the time, it's either the tank or the fighters who initiates the
Correct.
fight. Yeah.
That's right. Now, Jeremy went with a Harley yesterday and a Natalia. With the Harley, he was a 2-1-2 KDA, and also with the Natalia 3-2-1. So his performance was not that bad. I think that Jeremy will be showing us some good moves today.
Feels like an all-around player, don't you think so? Because that was a mage and an assassin, even though he was supposed to be the fighter and the marksman.
That's
so
right.
Maybe
Versatile?
perhaps, he wants to show that all jack of all trades thing. But again, jack of all trades could be a master of none. Perhaps this time around, he should choose heroes that he's more comfortable with. Yeah, more productive in one way.
That's right. I'm just looking at more stats over here. East Tanker that you guys brought up played the Akai yesterday and a Diggy. With the Diggy 134, with the Akai 151 kills, deaths, and assists. What do you guys think about that?
Allah! Generally, yesterday was just a lot of pressure on a lot of teams.
Yes.
See, it was the first day, and you walking into the mall, you know, walking into one of them, thinking that, you know, we gotta do this. If we drop to the lower bracket, it's a do or die thing.
Right.
So you want to try your best to stay in the winners bracket, but then again, with the pressure that's going on, you know, and in the game, and of course the cheer from the crowd, it does make an impact, right? So that is something that might have affected them quite a bit. Maybe today we do see that the players are a bit more relaxed, you know, they're settling in, and hopefully that will help MYA3 and Team XD do better.
And you guys remember that I mentioned that all of these teams besides MYA and Asia Science, they played before offline events. So most of these teams are all very new.
Yeah.
Maybe this is their very first major offline event. The pressure of being seen or watched by 1,000 of people here.
Yeah, it does
It's tough.
definitely affect your not just your gameplay, but initially your
The
mental,
flow, yeah.
mental ability to control all the pressure. It must be a lot of pressure actually watching everyone. But look at these guys; they have their smiles on. I think that they're confident enough to go into the game.
You know what he did? He was like trying to poke the water inside.
Oh,
then he had to
hello.
poke fault with him.
I think they don't realize that they are on screen at the
I'm
moment.
not sure. I'm
But
not sure
it looks like they are sensing in. They are mentally ready.
Yeah.
For the game.
You know what? I'm gonna continue to follow Pseudo's legacy of being a stat man right now. So I do want to point out the goal difference in both of these teams. So when Team XD was going up against Tyrants, they did have a greater goal difference. That means they were suffering when it came to economy. Compared to FY3, not so much of a difference, just a little bit. But how does that translate going into the game? Does that mean that MY3 will be able to have a better gold acquiry towards the early game? From what you've known throughout the regular season,
I think they have to focus on the laning first, secure the lanes, that's the most important thing. Try to get your jungle creeps on point, make sure the timing is right. If you want to steal into enemies...
Let me rephrase. Which one of these teams has been better when it came to economy throughout the regular season?
In terms of all these other aspects, I feel like Team XD has the better advantage.
Team XD?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think MYA3 is more focused on targeted kills, hero kills and stuff. But in terms of the micromanagement and the economy, which of course the objectives and etc., I think Team XD has the upper hand.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you agree with that, Peach?
Yeah, I agree with that because MYA3 can get a bit reckless at times. Like we saw the turtle and the 3-man kill exchange. Like, was it worth it?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Sometimes you gotta consider. We always talk about this. Is it worth it? Because a lot of the games actually start out with a few punishment happening during the turtle when they're turking the turtle. And I want to ask you guys about that because you always mention it. Let's say you're going for the turtle, right? And then you lose 1, 2, 3 heroes just to get the turtle. It's not worth it, right?
Yes.
And this happens quite often in these tournaments. So how do you prevent that from happening?
I think, like, we see the previous match that Lancelot on Mpl SG, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
One of the players actually had a very good escape plan. It's a plan B. Let's say, for example, if we did not steal the turtle, we can just bail out of that. So find a hero who is very good in evasive movements, knowing your path. So they say, oh, okay, the turtle has not been taken away from us. This is our escape plan. We have to run away, try not to get killed from that. Because if you did not get the turtle, you die in the match. It's not worth it.
Yep.
That is a loss already, in a sense.
Peach?
I have to agree in that, and also at times you gotta know if, like, during the turtle fight, midway through, you should be able to know if you can secure this fight or not. So if you know you're not confident in getting kills or the turtle, it's time when hey guys, we need to fall back.
Yep.
Yep.
It's all calculated. Like it's like a game of chess. You want to know which move you want to move first. You don't tell me like, oh, I'll move this pawn. Now, what's the next move I have to do? So it doesn't make sense.
And definitely I want to bring back the turtle topic because as I was going through the matches, it was actually going up against Tyrants yesterday that they actually made a mistake beside the turtle, and I think it was when Fanny got that triple kill, right? I'm not sure.
Oh, the first triple kill.
Yeah, but I mean they did mention that the lag and everything definitely affected. But yeah, you got to be careful when you're doing, going around the turtle. Now I want to go back to the topic since we have a little bit of time. We have seen a few heroes picked up, a lot of contested heroes, similar contested hero. We've seen Martis being contested a lot. I think Pseudo mentioned Gushin has been the most contested until earlier today. I'm not sure if that stat has changed. I'll check with him later. But is there any hero that you think deserves to be most contested and has not been?
Angela.
You gotta stop with that, Peach. Yeah, but I think Angela is in the top. I could say 4, maybe top 5.
We did mention that the meta is going on to hyper heroes, like hyper carries, which needs buff.
Yep.
So I think Angela plays a really important role in this particular meta.
Yes.
So Angela is one of them. For me, oh man, I'm out of here. But anyways, the drafting is here. Let's see how it goes.
Right. Okay, and we're gonna see and wait for the bans. As I mentioned before, the bans. Yeah, we see an Angela ban. Let me go back to this again 1 second. MY3, Martis, Grok, and Angela were banned from both of these teams yesterday, so I'm guessing we're going to see that happen again.
Yeah,
I promise you.
I actually have an answer for your question, your previous question. Johnson. Johnson. I'm choosing Johnson to be contested.
Speaking of Johnson, the Mr. V Johnson yesterday was amazing. If you guys
was.
remember.
Yeah. It was top notch.
I do want to see that again today. Now you get that Martis ban, like I mentioned. Helkert gets banned. Now
we have Gushen banned.
Gushen or Grok. Again, Grok was banned by both of these teams, so I think it's going to be either one.
Or maybe a Natalia ban, you know, a respect ban.
For Natalia?
Yeah.
Can also?
Unka is quite well known for his Natalia and Lapu Lapu.
I mean, they do have 9 seconds on the clock now. Of course, you can see that they're really thinking hard, and it's going to be Gushen.
Well, that leaves Lancelot and Johnson open.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to go with the Johnson first pick. Oh!
We're seeing so much of it.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, right, when a team like Tyrants comes in and shows the skills that they have, Cian, if I'm it was Cian who was playing the Fanny, it's really hard to keep up to the standards, specifically if it happens on the first day.
Yes.
You know, everyone's going to watch your Fanny, are you going to be as good as Cian, you know?
I swear they kind of like all the teams just said, okay guys, regular season, we banned Fanny so much, let's just use her.
Yeah, let's just
play
see what we can do with the Fanny. So it's going to be interesting to check out the Fanny. Let's see what comes out of it. We're going to see what kind of hovers we're going to get on the MY83 side. Let me just go back to games yesterday. We did see Lancelot, Lolita, Diggy, Harley, Saber, and the second game was Helkert, Fanny, Akai, Natalia, Minato.
I think it's no surprise to everyone, especially the viewers. If you notice that the drafting phase, you will definitely want to get your ADCs first, which is your assassins or fighters who deal a lot of damage. And if you are in the second round of picks, you want to go with that ADC and a tank to set up. Or if not, a support, a very good support to, you know, hyper carry these heroes up. But then again, it works that way. That's a trend, like there's a common trend in terms of the roles.
That's right. Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, Nina will be playing with the Lancelot and Ace Tanker on the Akai, and Ace Tanker's Akai is pretty damn good.
I hope they don't go with the 3 assassin pick again today.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was quite questionable.
Yeah.
Oh!
The Natalia, you guys expected it.
Will it be Ultra Natalia?
It is locked in.
We will see. We will see.
Do you how do you like the Ultra Natalia actually? How do you guys like it?
Well, the one and only time that I actually managed to cast when he was playing Natalia, right, that was quite a sad game because he was being pressured so much. He didn't get to show what he's capable of.
Do you remember which team he was against, or what kind of heroes he was up against?
I don't really remember, but it just felt like it was 5 against 1. And
okay,
it was like, I want you
let's
out.
hope that doesn't happen again today, because I mean, they are going up against MY3. They are pretty strong as well, hovering over Karina and Xiao.
Is this Xiao's first appearance today?
Today, yes. Today, of course, yeah.
And speaking of which, I want to add in that Natalia, when we see Mystic Burden's previous game, Archie has been very annoying. He couldn't be caught off guard by the opposite team. So if Unta plays this really well on that Natalia, it might work the same.
Yeah,
you know?
and just to touch back on that, I don't think Xiao has been picked at all today and yesterday.
Alright.
So
first appearance.
First appearance. I mean, Xiao is I think everyone's favorite hero. I mean, you all love Xiao. Maybe you can't play it, but oh my God! Speaking of the Johnson, you get that Johnson back. Johnson and Hylos. That's gonna give them so much mobility.
A lot of firepower in terms of offense. A lot of protection as well to the remaining 3 heroes over there. And oh my goodness, did I just see a Moskov hover?
You gotta wait. It's not locked in yet. You don't know.
15 seconds.
Is it gonna be a Moskov?
Oh.
I think it's gonna be.
This is gonna be the very first Moskov indeed. But will this setup actually work? And it will be, ladies and gentlemen, that Moskov by MY83.
And you guys said that Moskov, it's been picked more recently, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Because of the buffs, right, Peach, if I'm not mistaken.
Later in the season, Moskov was making a lot more appearance. But then again, they were very successful. I mean, Yu Xunshin was a lot more successful than Moskov was.
You know, I do want to go back to Team XC. I do personally favor Team XC's draft over here. There's a lot of mobility there with high loss. You got Johnson, Natalia, and also remind me the rest.
Johnson, Natalia, Hylos, Fanny.
Yeah, with the Fanny, that Fanny's gonna be crazy. But again, can he live up to the standards that were set up yesterday? Now you've seen the draft.
Yep.
You've seen XD and also MYA3. KBC, who's it gonna be for you?
I'm going to go with Team XD. I really love their lineup.
Team XD's lineup is really good, but I'm not too sure about MYA3.
And ladies and gentlemen, we will go in for Game 1. Team XD versus Team MYA3. The turtle was spawned at the south side, my least favorite spot.
You have a thing about hating
Yeah.
turtle on the south
We
side.
can talk about that later onwards. Perhaps it's a thing that normally because maybe I play in the top lane, so I always feel like the turtle should spawn at the top.
So you get more action when you're playing turtle lane, right? Okay, so you
Yes.
like action. Okay,
As you
got
can
it.
see, the teams here, they're playing a bit of 2-2-1 formation was set up here for both sides. As you can see, the matchups, Natalia and Fanny, and they have to be careful because the Chow wants to catch off them, and yeah, you can see Moskov just going in for the kills. We have that mid lane matchup, Kagura and Lancelot perhaps, even though that Natalia just went downwards and helped out with Kagura. It's going to be a fun matchup. In the bottom lane, that Akai with high loss and of course Johnson, if correct me if I'm
It looks like some action will be happening down here.
Going up here as Easy Tanker getting first blood onto Natalia. Natalia going in for the double kill. That 4-member Riot and Jeremy will let his friends rest in peace with that kill onto Natalia. A revenge kill indeed, but it shows a bit of the aggression in the early game.
They are showing a lot. Fanny goes down to the hands of Moskov. Turtle is spawning in about 10 seconds now. I wonder who will go for the turtle though. It's looking at it, you want the advantage of having the gold lead, right? And by the way they are playing, I think Team XD would want this turtle. Lancelot, you won't get anything from Kagura.
Nope. The lady says no. And now the turtle will be harassed by the MYA3 members. And the rest of them come in on time. Karina, no stranger in killing off turtles easily, especially with the retribution skill. She's able to take that down. And there will be a goal advantage on the MYA3. As you can see from the item progression, they are still building their builds. And you can see that Lancelot and Karina, they're actually getting the dagger to actually get more farm from the jungle. So we're expecting a lot of kill steals on that. And here comes the Johnson for no reason with the high loss. A bit of a weird setup. Perhaps they're waiting for Natalia to come in to finish him off, but I'm not sure what just happened.
Yeah, I think
a bit
there
of
was a
mishap.
miscommunication over there, but you know, Akai gracefully spinned away with it from all the danger that was upon them. I am thinking, actually questioning a little bit, is for the first time I'm seeing like Moskov is being left alone in the top lane, going against Fanny actually.
Very risky, because you and I know that if Moskov were to get his farm and the hero kits on time, he's going to be very deadly, especially with the recent buffs.
But then again, we do have a roaming Karina, and Lancelot is moving around quite a lot.
You somewhat substitutes that, perhaps?
Yeah, I guess so, because more commonly we would see marksmen would be in the tri-lane pushing. So this is definitely something new. Oh, they are switching the tri-lane to top lane right now. Look at the switch, and then tri-lane is bottom right now. They found Johnson. Johnson missed them by a little bit, but it looks like he is trying to go up and try to get Moskov, but he finds no one.
Yeah. Oh wait, and that Karina takes down that Natalia already instantly. We did not see that a kill cam. Perhaps there's a kill cam coming on soon.
Oh,
and Izanagi is still driving.
He's still going, and he missed it again.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Is there a limit for the ultimate in the drive?
2 full rounds.
And you can see that Izanagi did connect towards that, but is it enough to end the kill? Yes, it does. High loss with the help of Fanny will take down one member, which is of course Moskov from MYA3. So the turning around from finding the parking spot does work out. Oh, man, Kagura has been caught up by Lancelot and Cho, and leaving only Johnson and Fanny left alone.
It looks like they won't waste any time. Natalia and Curry had the battle of the assassins, but they decide, you know, hey, let's just move along.
I know! What just happened over there? And the solo has been slain, and Johnson's been slain as well. That is the trade kill and the turret kills as well.
Yes, definitely. I kind of like how Natalia and Karina just agreed on, okay, let's just walk away.
Just trade a kill, you know, peace truce at the moment, perhaps.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Kira was not first. Oh, that was a nice jump by Eastanger right there. Lancelot comes in, tries to get Papa, but he fails to do so, and he will fall down to the hands of Hylas. That was amazing.
Yeah.
We are finally seeing some action from Unta's Natalia.
I like how much action-packed or action-paced this game has become. Even for Team XD itself, I mean, they are known to have this action-packed pace, but Mpl are also going in as fast-paced as possible, trying to catch up the pace. And you can see that there was a team engagement in the mid lane, but they're just going to break it up again. Maybe perhaps another peace truce from their angle.
I think MYA3 really needs to stop being so reckless.
Yep.
You know, you need to measure every single movement you take. We see a Chow here trying to go for bomb, but he runs away, but the grab has arrived and hits no one.
Hit a wall actually. Somebody called 911. That grab card did not fail. It failed.
How much of coffee did you have today?
No coffee. Just hypeness.
Woo. Loving the hype,
Yeah.
definitely.
6 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. 1,000 goal lead.
Wow, that was a nice evade by Nina right there. Oh my god!
Pop up.
Did you see that? Perfect out by Moskov.
I did not see how he threw it, but that arrow, that ultimate just came on point.
That was definitely amazing. They are gonna try to go for Kagura, but he will run away. We do know that Kagura can evade pretty easily. And it's kind of difficult to predict, you know, where she's gonna jump to, where she's gonna go. And she is one of the more annoying heroes in Mobile Legends.
Yep.
Which is why she was one of the top banned heroes during the regular season.
And I'm not sure. I'm seeing that Natalia is like, yes, she's still securing her lanes, but she's always revealing her positions. Unlike the previous game, that Natalia was the mobility drone, droning around, scavenging for information across the map. As you can see, the grab car of Johnson, Izanagi, is he gonna connect with anyone in the house? Ladies and gentlemen, bing bam boom, getting Jeremy off guard, but then here comes the team fight. They are able to finish off Jeremy, but no, Kagura is there for the saving grave. Chow, initiated a lot fight and will end Natalia's life. And both teams, perhaps they want to fall back. They don't want any more blood. MYA3, like you say, is a bit reckless, and perhaps this recklessness shows up.
Yep, they really need to stop being so reckless. Perhaps we do have a technical issue right now, so let's be patient. And I'm seeing a lot of people here right now.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I want to talk a little bit about what's up, Kim?
No, the crowd.
Yeah, it's getting
very surprising.
I mean, we did ask you guys to come down to Wanatama. So if you haven't, make sure you come down to Wanatama in Malaysia. Come down. Doesn't matter if you're in Penang. We talked about this. Wherever in Malaysia you're from, Singapore or anywhere else outside of Malaysia, fly down here.
Yep.
We still have one more day, right? Right, Peach? You'll pay for their flights, right?
Well, we can ask Asia Science for that.
Yeah, well, I'll talk to them, see if we can get them something. But make sure you come down here. We have so many things going on, so many activities. We did show you guys the Sledgehammer already, I think yesterday and today. There's so many other things going on, giveaways, lucky draws. But I do want to talk about the game before we actually go into it.
Yeah.
I think one of the notable things is that Izanagi had a very long ride in the beginning of the game. Did you see him like go around the map, like 2 rounds? But then he managed to connect with, I think, Moskov earlier. And then he managed to pick up a kill. But on the other side, Moskov has been amazing. Moskov and Chow, these guys have been phenomenal. What do you guys think?
I feel like Moskov and Chow were on point. Like they initiated, they ended the game, but the rest of the members keep over-committing in the lanes or the team fights, and you notice that if they were to overcommit, they don't have that particular escape plan. Like, what happens if we fail, let's say one member down, let's try not to get killed again or get butchered by Team XD. And, you know, they did not have the escape plan and they all just fall apart. So even though with Chow and Moskov stepping up for the team, the rest of the team members were a bit lackluster from time.
Alright, KBC, right now, before we talk about the game, we can see that someone is trying the sledgehammer games. And there's me, that's my hand, right over there.
Peach is here.
Peach, where are you, Peach?
Yeah.
Alright, there you go.
And everyone here in the house.
Wait,
are you guys feeling it?
Everybody, come on, get up, come on! Yay!
A wave, Mexican wave.
Okay, how many of you guys are Team XD fans? Let's go!
Hey,
Hey?
what's happening?
Maybe, let me try.
Maybe, okay, how about we try MYA3? How many of you guys are MYA3? Let's go! Okay,
Nice.
Team XD! Yeah, we got a little bit more there.
I like
think the first time maybe they couldn't hear me. But let's talk about the game, and we are into the game.
We are back into the game. Wow, I think the play has been impressive coming from Team XD so far. And
Kagura!
Lancelot!
Oh, Kagura is coming in again, even though with a slit of health, trying to end Jeremy's life, but it isn't enough as both Hylos and Kagura will fall back. And this is very, very, very interesting. I feel like there's a lot of engagements, a very close quarter engagements that somewhat could flip of a coin toss and could end very badly, but both are still in a stalemate position.
I think they are both quite on par at this
Yep.
point. And we will see a grab being initiated right here, and we'll find Chow in the bush. It's as if he almost knew that Chow was just hiding in the
Yeah.
bush right there, but nothing. There's no follow-up, you know, but they are waiting for teams to come. Lancelot and Karina are standing by already.
Fanny is there.
Fanny is also here waiting for the right time to rush in, and
Members are in and go. Let's get the fight starting already. Jeremy starting off with the Pierce of Armor, but then MYA3 are in a lot of trouble with the Fanny annoyance coming in, slicing and dicing. Looking at Karina so low. However, Johnson with the grab car connects, even though it's a short change of right. And now Akai will be taken down by Fanny. Look at that, Moskov managed to take down one turret, correct me if I'm wrong, Peach, but he will have to fall back because he is melted down to the ground and he will survive for the round.
what we want to see, but they're also low on health. They are going to the Lord. And Chow is gonna come and do a check. Like, guys, someone needs to tank this.
Oh
my god!
My goodness!
Moskov
Ladies.
is insane!
You don't like Mobile Legends Bang Bang action because the Lord has been taken by Team XD.
MYA3, you need to stop being so reckless. It looks like there is a follow-up. Lancelot secures 2 kills, double kill. Finally, he is showing some action, you know, some blood war right here.
And the Lord now runs onto the blood of Team XD. Team XD, even though that team fight doesn't seem like a very good team fight for them, but then the objective has been taken, Lord has been coming, and they're gonna march their way into the fortress of Team MYA3.
Wow,
See,
wow.
it's taken down already. And then Natalia, even though not the most productive Natalia I've seen, but he has done his work. You can see that the scoreboard is 1-5. I was expecting Natalia to be a bit more onto kills, but when you have 3 assassins to share the, 2 assassins to share the load, I think
Yeah.
Fanny could have just helped out with the job of killing off or finishing off members.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about yesterday. When you have so many assassins on board, you need to figure out, you know, who to prioritize, you know, the kills, farm, you know, the jungle and all that. So it is something that you really have to plan carefully. You could have a roaming assassin. It looks like Izanagi has a lot of business today, grabbing all over the place.
He's a millionaire right now with the grab car, and he will spot.
Oh my god, that was so close! But you
Oh my
will
goodness.
drive.
And he might be going another round. Yeah, he is.
But the action is going on in the middle. He wants to go back right in the middle.
Yeah.
This moment, but it looks like he just stops at the turret and he's just gonna play it safe.
And even though he stops his car driving skills, he gave out information that, you know, somewhat MYA3 is around that proximity of the area, so that's actually very good connection, and that's why, you know, Fanny wanting to go for the turret, but it was a little too late. MYA3 already set their ground for the defenses.
Yeah, I think Johnson is actually doing a great job in predicting where MYA3 is hiding actually.
Giving information as well, that's the most important
definitely. So he's actually doing a pretty good job. It's just that he probably needs to fix his driving a little.
Bit of an angle to the left.
Oh no, Neo will leave the car.
And here comes Izanagi again with the grab car, has been the main focus. Can he connect to one guy and not again? Down to the wall, and perhaps that was actually a decent wall if he was failing over there to that wall, and he would be melted down by the other three heroes of MYA3.
I think Team XD is just really scaring off MYA3. They're playing it really safe, but it is a good reminder. East Tanker wants some blood, he wants some action, but I'm not sure what is he trying to do right here. So much of a mistake.
Yeah, it's a mistake, and now Team XD will punish his mistakes. Into a depth, Kagura comes in for the archive kill, then Karina wants to do something, but it isn't enough. Here comes Lancelot, slicing and dicing, but instead he gets butchered down and he'll run away for safety. Chao kicking off Kagura, and the rest of the teams might leave. And again, Izanagi with that knock on the wall grab car failure.
He needs driving license.
He really needs some coffee as well. Perhaps he's a bit sober.
Probably.
Yeah.
Lord is coming up in about 15 seconds. They will go for Lord. I think Natalia is just staying really near the Lord area. I guess in a way it's to find out if the opponent, you know, MYA3 wants the Lord or not. Or maybe, you know, they could possibly go for it actually, you know, but why not?
Yeah,
they did come back, you know, they were on a goal loss.
Yes.
They were on a kill loss.
And now it's nearly equal.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Team XD is just doing really good in terms of maintaining their aggression, but not being reckless at the same time.
Correct. So there's a part where you feel like you're overcautious, which gives you loses you the opportunity to strike back. So that's one of the things. And Izanagi driving again, as the rest of MYA3 is just going to stay back in their position. They don't want any BS from
I think from Johnson's strategy, it's a lot of mind shaking at this point.
And he lands onto the wall, but then here comes the team fight. He wants to land more blood. Akai, using his ultimate, managed to scrap away any occurrences from the Johnson and the rest of his teammates from XD. And now Cho came in the board just to kick a bit. It's a bit of poking, nothing much serious in my own opinion, in my own judgment. But you can see the Fanny is farming inside the jungle.
They want to exhaust, you know, the resources for MYA3.
Correct.
You want to make them desperate, which, you know, you've already shaken them up. And it put them in a very defensive position. So right now, you want to make them desperate, you know, you want them to come out. At that point, you would think that, okay, MYA3 is kind of reckless, so you shake them up a little bit. You are hoping for them to make mistakes, you know, come out and make mistakes, but instead they became really defensive. So I guess this is the next best thing for you to do. You want to exhaust their resources.
Yep. And Johnson still driving again. You know what, if he keeps on doing this, doesn't he lose like XP and gold?
Okay, the longer he drives, the higher the damage once he lands on someone.
I see.
Yeah, so it is a strategy as well.
But he's been doing that like 2 times in a row, and he's gonna land onto the wall. And a team fight perhaps will happen unless Team XD says, you know what, let's just back out again.
I think it's more of a scouting strat rather than trying to initiate a fight, if anything.
But Johnson, he's much more of the initiator role. If you want scouting, Natalia should be the one that's giving information.
Well, technically a Johnson could escape much better than a Natalia can. And Natalia is quite squishy.
Yep.
So I think it is quite a legit strategy right there. Coming from Team XD, it is something new. Maybe it's a new Johnson meta.
Correct.
We'll never know.
You can see the Lord has been taken by Team XD. I'm not sure whether we spot that, but maybe perhaps this is the game that we've been playing. Try to waste time, you know, get the objectives onto our hand, and with the Lord right now, they can go for the split push, which Team XD wants to team down the defenses of Team MYA3. You can see that Bob is in the top lane. You can see Kagura is the mid lane. Of course, a lot at the bottom lane. So perhaps they want to take down all turrets in one go.
Well, here comes the grab.
And it's gonna hit
4 of them.
And Akai comes in already trying to stop the aggression. Unfortunately, the turret will fall down, but will save the members of MYA3. But MYA3 has to be careful because they might lose more turrets in the go. Team XD, perhaps this is the opportunity that they want to pressure in. The Johnson missing again. However, the rest of the members will come in. Burst of flames, burst of damage coming in for Team XD. Look at the high loss, very, very low. And Lancelot managed to take down high loss with that skill.
That was really, really impressive right there.
Yeah.
So it is kind of scattered, but at the same time, they are able to pull things together and make it happen. So I think both the teams are equally good. It's
Yes.
very hard to predict who will take the win for this game.
Unfortunately, Team XD, they're getting 2 turrets off already.
Yeah, Team XD is getting into MYA3's base, but they are backing off at this point.
I'm gonna see a very first 18-minute game, perhaps a 20-minute game, Peach. This is gonna be very, very
Well,
unique.
I'm expecting more of long games today,
Yeah.
actually. A lot of tight games.
And even though I don't really love this overcautious playstyle, but I have to give credit to Team XD. They are playing this in their own pace, their own hands. And here comes Izanagi again.
This is Izanagi's strategy. He will drive off, go in around, and then decide which lane he wants to take.
Yep.
And that's when the team actually gathers, and they will fight.
He
And
will.
he intentionally missed Moskov,
Okay.
even though he has high loss in the car with him.
Was that intentional?
It was intentional. He just swift away. You know,
Okay.
I'm not gonna hit. There are 5 of them there. Let's just go away.
Okay.
So yeah, that was. I think that was Izanagi's. I mean, that's Team XD's plan.
Strat, yeah.
Definitely.
A good strat indeed, like you said, if you decide that the Johnson will be the one that scouts the map and, you know, playing mind games with MYA3, this is their doing right here. They actually do it really, really well. Even though I feel that Izanagi's driving is he needs a bit more polishing. But again, like you said, the mind games, perhaps they are just showing MYA3 that they are not really that good. They are not really, you know, very accurate with the Johnson push, but it might be a bit.
Yeah. But I think they're just waiting for a lot before they go for the final push.
Yep. As we are heading into the 20th minute mark, our longest game, all levels are the same for all heroes. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the late game. A first late game in the series, I think in all series as well, and a very first late game entry. You can see that Kagura with the slit of hell, and she's running away for dear life. Then Moscow's ultimate comes in at the wrong timing, and the high loss ultimate then pops. Then that's right here, and you can see Natalia taking off one member down as Cho managing to take down another member. Moscow coming in with the mega kill of his own. And now MYA3 will punish Team XD because of that Lord pushing, and they're gonna fall back and wait for the Lord push.
Well, look at the minions, you know, they're already in the base itself. And this gives so much of trouble to Team MYA3. And you have to remember, with Lord around, you have 2 waves of mega creep. But I think that will be quite manageable with Moskov and Lancelot around. And Karina, of course, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
If Team XD were to play this Lord in their hands, which are having it right now, the Lord might be the main threat of taking down the base, and the rest of the members are just playing mind games with Team MYA3, like, you know, sticking on one lane, perhaps taking down the last turret, and the Lord just freely moves into the base and ending the main turret of the map.
And we do know that it is quite a strategy to split push while
Correct.
the Lord is around. You don't want to push 2 lanes,
Yes.
but now we want 3 lanes.
A bit greedy, but I like it. I like it.
gotta do what you
And
gotta
here
do.
comes Izanagi already. Well, high loss popping out that ultimate highway. And now the lot is tanking in for Team XD. Look at Easy Tanker down to the slither of hell, still surviving, even though the Karina taking down High Loss. And Omlet will come in. Immortality will pop for Fanny. Unfortunately, it isn't enough because the lot stays alive and ending the game as a check team.
What a first game, man. What a first game to see between MYA3 and also Team XD. I do want to hear from the crowd now that we have more people here. How many of you guys liked that game? I think, yes, we had a lot of convincing games, Sudo mentioned before, but this was, I think, the most intense game, I would say. Like, it was the closest, it was the longest game. You mentioned it was the, I think, the first game that they all managed to max out their levels. So we got to really see how they would perform, you know, when they have their items, when they have, you know, their levels. There's so many things that I do want to talk about, but you guys can talk about the stats first. We have the KDA up here. Is there anything notable you guys want to talk about?
I think Izanagi was quite spectacular.
I think he's MVP because he used up the most petrol. He did drive most of the time. Like, I think half of the game, half of the game, he was just going around the map.
He was scouting a lot, using his scouting. I mean, it's fast, right?
It's a very smart move. That is a very smart move. And you did mention that part when he was with High Loss. You said that he didn't actually want to target them because he knew if he goes out, they would die. There were 5 people there under the turret. So that's a smart move to
just evade,
dodge it, and go away. So we are going to be going into a second game. It could again possibly be the last game if it's another game for XD. But we still have to wait and see. It was really close. I do have a lot of things that I would mention here. So is it okay? I'll go one by one based on my points. And I want to get your ideas on this. So MYA3 definitely started out with better economy when it came to turtle. They did take the first 2 turtles. They were really good when it came to gold difference, but slowly XD managed to take over. Even though they had the least amount of kills compared to MYA3, the gold difference was higher on the XD side. Why did that happen? What did MYA3 did wrong towards the end of the game?
Well, looking at it, actually, MYA3, they were just leading a little bit. So Team XD just had to focus on what they do, but at the same time, they made MYA3 rotate so much that they were just, from then on, it was just a slow downhill for MYA3. I mean, if you're roaming that much, it takes off that much time. And you know, that equals to money, your gold.
Correct.
So that definitely affected MYA3 in a big way. But then again, Team XD was shaking MYA3 quite a lot in the game.
True. I do want to mention that Moskov was amazing. Padel was playing on a Moskov. He played on the Saber and Minotaur yesterday. Not so much of a great performance, but today the Moskov was on point. We saw so many times, for example, the High Loss kill when he was in the bush. I think if we have a highlight from that, we're going to show the highlights very soon. So if we have that, you guys can see. Why don't you guys take me through the highlights? Let's see what happened over here.
I feel like, MYA3, they started off was on the same footing as Team XD. But if you notice that Team XD played it really cautiously, but at the same time focusing onto objectives. So comparing to maybe a team like Aᴇᴛ, they're objectives based, but they're really fast paced. They know they can take the team down, but this is the opposite of it. They're playing it very slowly, but surely, and taking their own sweet time to control the pace of the game. Now, you're speaking of that Moskov was really, really on point. That I agree with you, but now you've noticed that the farms aren't enough for the rest of the members because the map control has been taken already by Team XD.
That is correct.
Peach has been stressing out on the Johnson, giving information, map control for Team XD, limiting the knowledge of Team MYA3 to further push or to further do anything in order to control the pace of the game.
That's right.
And that leads to the demise. This was I felt it was like a comeback because I feel like, Team XD perhaps did mistake.
Yeah, Natalia went for the Lord, but then again, MY3 managed to pick up, I think, 2 kills over there with the Chow, and that was really a great move.
But I think something that we do have to credit to Team XD, right? They have 2 of the most annoying, if not most difficult to kill tanks.
Yep, that is correct.
In your team. So you have High Loss and you have Johnson. That's like a recipe for
annoyance.
Yes.
I don't know what recipe for what.
And like I predicted, like the Lord push, so they were like playing mind games, perhaps distracting the members. You know that you can kill our members off, but if the Lord stays healthy, one swing to the base turret, What the
Down.
hell?
Yeah.
One more, GG.
Done. Yeah. There's also one more thing that I think is mentionable. It's notable to talk about. Bob and Neo. Yesterday, Team XT, when they were playing, Neo was actually playing Fanny. Bob was playing High Loss. This time around, they switched it up. Bob was playing Fanny, Neo was playing High Loss, and it was a much better turnout. Because if you look at yesterday's stats, let me just go back for a second. What did you guys think about the Bob and Neo, the Fanny and the High Loss?
Today?
Yeah.
Well, I think the high loss was quite exceptional today. Fanny was quite alright, but I still think that the high loss, the tanks in the game actually brought on more impact than as compared to Fanny.
That's right. So we have the draft ready right now for our second game. Again, this could be the last game. It is a best of 3 though, so if MYA3 takes this one, we can see the third game. We can see a
ban already
straight
on
up
Natalia.
ban from MYA3. And, this is, I'm guessing, it's a respect ban towards Team XT. Yeah, they don't want to see that.
But that's the thing, you don't see the Natalia being that productive in the last game.
I think it was a good thing, you have Natalia, which gives you the advantage of keeping your enemy like, oh, where is Natalia?
Yes, correct.
But then at the same time, but you're showing yourself so much and you have Johnson going around, but you kind of keep the suspense right there, you can't really predict when Natalia will be.
That's right.
So in a way, I think it is quite a strategy that can be used as well.
That's right. We mentioned this, Natalia, you don't have to be the most prominent. The fact that you're there, you help split push, or you help, in some of the team fights, that's enough. We had that in the previous games. Now we can see a Fanny ban straight up from MYA3 as well. They don't want to face that Fanny again. We talked about this. Bob on that Fanny was amazing. Talking about that, I have the stats back up. Bob on High Loss was 142 kill death assist, and Neo on the Fanny was 040. So no kills yesterday with Neo on the Fanny, but this time around it was amazing, the switch that they made.
Angela has been banned, and now Guson is available.
I know.
Guson.
Moskov, man. I want to see Padel and that
You want to
Moskov.
see them first?
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going to go first pick with
I
that.
feel like Moskov could be a later pick.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
not
I don't
now.
think they're going to go with the first pick.
Well, you might want to fight for the tanks. You have
Yep.
Johnson open, you have Hylos open,
Yep.
Gushon, Lancelot.
Yeah. And, okay, if it goes to Gusan, oh my god.
Yay!
Gusan is back.
Guson is back.
But now they have left Johnson open for Izanagi to drive around once again.
Yep.
For Team XT, I'm not too sure. Well, we have a come to Papa Lancelot right
Oh,
here.
No.
It's just
Not
tease
for
up.
sure.
Guys,
Tease
he's
again.
playing with
He's
your
playing with
feelings. Demand for it. Demand for the Lancelot. I think he heard how
I think he heard it.
switch,
Yeah.
stop playing feelings. Stop playing with our feelings,
And they will
Okay.
lock on
Helcurt.
to the Lancelot and Helcurt. Very, very good choice. I like the silent combo with the finishing of Lancelot in it.
We have not seen them pick Helcurt yesterday, so this is going to be something new in the playoffs. Do you guys remember them picking any Helcurt during the regular season? Team XT? No, right? I don't know per se myself.
I can't really remember,
recall
but
it.
I guess we have to ask our stat man
Our
later.
stat
later
man
onwards.
to go later on.
Of our assassins of Team XT for Helcurt. But then again, MYA3 did try a free assassin pick before, and they tried it again yesterday.
Yep.
Hopefully they will not try to go with that.
Let's pray for that. I mean,
Okay,
you
so-
already have the Cyclops and Lolita being locked on.
I managed to communicate with our statman Pseudo, and he said that towards the end of the season, they did pick up the Helcurt, and they had a few decent games with it. So
okay.
we do want to expect something good. We do see a Lolita on the other side. Peach, aren't you just happy right now?
course.
Aren't you just happy to see your Lolita? But I'm guessing Isanka will go with the Lolita. I'm not sure.
Not too sure. I think we still have to see the remaining two picks. We have. Oh, come on!
Wow.
Nota, seriously.
The
Are you
Alice.
gonna? Oh, they
Oh
locked
my.
it and Alice. That-
Why not?
I like the
Alice is
Alice. I like the
Lapu
Alice.
Lapu was
I really
a
like
false
this.
hope.
good. Yeah, I know. But we did see Alice yesterday with different teams, and it was pretty damn successful with those teams as
It
well.
works really well because when you have the Akai to come and initiate the stuff, and you have a silencer into Helcurt, you can Alice and Lancelot to finish off the enemies
But
from
they do
the
have
angle.
a Diggy to counter.
Peach, what's happening there?
Lapu lapu.
Are we gonna see that? Oh yes.
Oh.
So, judging from yesterday's game, Diggy was picked as well by MYA3 by Istanka. 1-3-4 was the record, and Lolita was played by Ashley 1-5-3. But hopefully this time around we'll see better stats coming from them. Hayabusa on the other side, Team XD.
Oh, they're gonna choose Hayabusa already. So we are gonna have 3 assassins from Team XD, taking a page out of the textbook of MYA3.
So the 3 assassins thing, we saw that happen yesterday. What were the results?
For MYA3, they couldn't execute the triple assassin. But hopefully today, Team XD, they can show us. We did see the game earlier. They did try a 3 assassin thing also.
It worked
out.
out.
So hopefully this time around they can show us a good show, perhaps.
I think this is going to be an interesting one because once again, this is MYA3 going up against Team XD. These games have been this past game was very close, and these 2 teams have been very close as well when it comes to the regular season. Before we jump in, you've seen the draft. It's time for your predictions. KBC, what's it going to be?
It's going to be Team XD. I really love
I'm going to give some loving to MYA3, so my choice will be MYA3. And here we are in the game right now. We have MYA3 on the blue side and Team XD on the red side.
And the turtle has spawned in the top side of the map. My favorite part of the map, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations.
No way.
Finally, as we're going to hit to game 2. So you can see the matchups a bit in the 2-1-2 setup again for most of the teams, but they're going to converge around the mid lane where they support one another. It's very, very interesting to see how Aᴇᴛ and Alice would be in one lane. I was expecting
That's quite a
Aᴇᴛ in, because you see, if Aᴇᴛ and Aᴇᴛ would be in, it would be very nice as Aᴇᴛ is able to kill off the damage, but now you have to share the loot with Alice.
But having Alice and means that they are gonna be aggressive. So that will be a good push. You want to put a lot of pressure on MYA3, especially when they have a Aᴇᴛ in their team. You don't want Aᴇᴛ to get fat.
Yes.
So that is something that they have to prevent. And they will try to go for Hermit right here. Lancelot secures the Hermit. Well, they are gonna go against Cyclops and Lolita, but I'm not sure if it will be very effective. It's kind of a bit too early to tell. What do you think?
I feel like Lolita and Cyclops will work because Cyclops has a very high damage output if he's farmed really well, and Lolita can provide that defense. While you said there's an offensive Lolita we have seen in the game, so that's actually a very good matchup. I still don't really like the top matchup. The top matchup, I feel like it's not very nice. As you can see, as I say top, look at that, the whole, at least 4 members over there, and they want blood. However, Neo will fall to the hands of Busan, and this will come deadly for Team XD. Team XD who are running for their dear lives, even though Lancelot is chasing down Jeremy's. Oh, Cyclops, did the Cyclops still survive?
Well, Come to Papa is calling for more blood. And let's have a look at the bottom lane right there, where Lapu Lapu and Hayabusa are going head to head. So we do have a pause coming through.
And
Have a
now,
pause coming through right here.
Alright, I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you
Hey,
so
hello.
much. So, walk me through what happened there.
first blood, Team XD wanted to get the kill, wanted to hunt into the bush, but they got caught off it.
Yeah.
So MYA3 took the first blood. The thing is, oh my god, you and your Gusan, Peach, can you make him stop?
Like, maybe we should like knock him on the head.
Gushin.
Do it.
Gushin.
Okay, see, it's a Gushin now. I think this is what happened last game as well. Towards the early game, we said that MYA3 kind of managed to pick up the gold, the kills, but then towards the end of the game, XD came back up. So hopefully we won't see that happen again. I mean, MYA3 has to do something. Maybe if they got the first blood, they can follow up from there and not lose that, momentum that they have managed to get in the first part of the game. Now, I do want to touch on the fact that we are in Wanutama right now. There might be a lot of you guys watching online. If you're sitting at home, if you're lazy, don't be lazy. I know you're asking in the comments. Sudo was telling us, you guys are asking in the comments for skins, for a lot of things. This is the place you come and get it.
Yep.
right? What can they get? KBC Peach, tell me.
Well, we do have a Cyclops skin and Argus.
Yes, and not only that, they do have physical items as well. They have the Mpl lanyard, which Peach is wearing here a bit,
And
of
we
course
have the shirts and everything, yeah.
And we also have Biomedic Rafaela skin.
Right, we actually have a lot. Like if I want to remember, it's just too much to remember. There's a Wheel of Fortune there.
I'm just gonna go there. I think I.
No, Peach. You stay with us, man. Don't leave us
I
here.
was about to say get some goodies as well, so I can let you go, but nah, too bad.
There's a lot of stuff happening here, you know, not just that. If you come down here, you get to be part of this amazing event where you get to see your favorite teams play right here.
Correct.
And they actually sit right in the front. I don't know if you guys saw the shots. They sit right in the front, so you guys can maybe sneak through and take a photo, take a selfie with them.
Yeah.
Did you guys take any selfies with them?
They're really, really friendly. I got a picture with Sayan.
A picture? Just one?
I mean, you can't.
I spammed my photos. Like I have like 1,000 photos
man.
already.
Shameless.
No,
1,000
We
photos.
can't stop them. You know, we have to give them time to prep for the game. You know.
I don't know. I just go in and take my selfies. I don't mind. Dude, they are taking selfies themselves most of the time. Like I see Aries just saying was just taking selfies most of the time. See, these guys are happy. Look at them. Hello. Don't be shy. Oh, yeah.